Today is a little bit different of a video. I would recommend that you go and watch the previous part 2 of the test and tune no prep drag, because it kind of explains what I'm doing here. In the last, if you're not going to watch it, I'll just simplify it. It was losing traction, it wanted to go, it was just kind of squiggling everywhere. Not running very fast, 3.1 I think was the best. So I had time to kind of think about it, and this is what I'm gonna do. I think the balance of the car itself is off. So I have weight scales that are ordered, they're coming. That might be a separate video. However, what I'm doing today kind of goes into the same aspects of what the weight scales will do. Weight transfer, all of that, the sprung weight, there's a whole bunch of technical things with it. And I've been studying this for the past couple days just to try and figure this out. But today I was looking at the rules. These are the rules. So the body, the rear wing, you can have a max of 3 inches off, which is this, 3 inches out. It's actually pretty long. And then for the side dams, which are these, you can have them level to the roof and protrude 3 inches out. So I'm going to make a big carbon fiber wing. I'm actually just waiting for the carbon fiber to get here, but I'm doing these templates. I'm kind of mapping it all out. It'll kind of make more sense once it's actually cut out, but I'm getting all the templates to make this bigger wing. And the reason why I'm making the bigger wing is because when it's going, it starts off fine. It'll either kick, but that's a traction issue. If it's going and then it starts to lose traction, that I believe is a weight issue, where it's not getting enough downforce to push the rear down to keep those tires getting traction, or air is getting under the body, which I don't think it is because the body is running super, super low. So I think if we put more aero onto the car, forcing it down, if you put weight back here, or let's say without the new wing, if you put weight here, this is sprung weight. So the idea of what you're wanting, especially with those weight scales, is if this is your car, you want to find your center of gravity. Say your center of gravity, awful diagram, but say my center of gravity, I'm guessing it's going to probably be about there. That would be the center of gravity. You want to base everything off of that center of gravity, which is why I'm getting the weight scales. But let's say you want to, if it's wheeling, you want to put weight furthest most forward. Makes it harder to leverage off of this. If it's going to come up, it's going to make it harder. It wants to pull it back down. So weight in the front if you're having a wheelie issue. Weight lowest and furthest for that. Now, what I'm trying to do is I'm not getting enough downward pressure on the rear tires. I think my center of gravity is already back. I'm not 100% sure. I don't have the weight scales yet. But if I were to put weight as high up and as rearmost as possible, this is all sprung weight. It's all coming down and it's sprung weight, which is actually, I believe it's more effective than, say, if you put weight here. This is unsprung weight. Think of it like a spring coming down. All the air that's coming by is forcing this down and it's spring loading it. Essentially, it's a little more technical than that, but that's the way that I think of it. And dead weight would be, for example, if your engine's here, wheelie bar, and your driveline is there, if you put weight on your driveline, it can't move. It only moves with the car, with the tires, but it can't move. It's not forcing it down. It's essentially dead weight that you have to push forward. You're losing momentum pushing that forward. So this sprung weight, you lose more momentum, or it takes more power to move it, because it's actually, once you're going, this is also moving backwards, taking more force to push that sprung weight, because that sprung weight is forcing itself back. Whole bunch. I'm going to leave a link actually to a video that I watched. This guy does amazing stuff with this, but that is the idea today, is to add more sprung weight via the aero. So all the wind pressure coming down, that'll add spring weight without adding any extra weights. I don't want to add weight if I don't have to, because the minimum weight that I can be is 5. Don't quote me on that. 4.5 pounds. You want to be as close to the minimum weight as possible. These are all the no prep, the rules, like the standard rules for no prep. I believe off the A Main website. I will also link to that because this is important if you're trying to go out and race. The front I will probably also touch on. So usually, not all, but some drag cars, if their body isn't long enough, they'll add a little piece. So it'll kind of look like this. It's just to break the beams that much faster. But in the rules, it doesn't have a minimum distance for your body, or not that I could see. So they do say, where is it? 1/2 inch off of leading edge of body, meaning I can put something in the front of the body 1/2 inch forward, just a little. I'll probably do a carbon fiber plate, same as the wing. But what that does is if I'm here, that's the finish line. That 1/2 inch, I don't have to run 132 feet. I have to run 131.25 feet. So it lessens the track length that I have to do because when you break the beams, that part doesn't break the beams. The tires break the beams, but at the end beam, whatever part crosses the finish line first, that's what breaks the beam. So this part, or the part that would go in front, that would break the end beam, and your tires break the front beam. A lot of people in drag will actually stagger the left and right tires. One will be back, so it's usually about 2 inches. They'll have it 2 inches back, and that tire just stock standard. But this one, 2 inches back. So when you break the beams, your car is now 2 inches longer, meaning you have to run 2 inches less down the track. It's kind of technical, and it's not a very big thing, but I'm doing all this carbon fiber anyways. I may as well do that. So I do just want to say, I'm just going to show some clips of the body. I do just want to say thank you, honestly, so much for all of the recent comments and support. The channel has been, it's small, but it's been growing pretty significantly. I think 20 subscribers in the last two videos since the drag. So that means a lot of likes, a lot of comments for me, and that's awesome. I really do appreciate it. So if you are liking stuff like this, please get in contact, comment, like, share it, do everything that you can or that you want, but it does help a lot. So thank you very much. So a little update on the template. Ugly, very ugly right now, but this is 3-inch extended and top of the roof. I'll obviously make it look a little bit better, but my idea with this being so low is that, where's my deck plate? That with the deck, it'll be the same height as that guy there. So roughly there, I want a little bit of overhang. There's actually no rule based on how much you can extend down. I can go all the way down if I really wanted to. That would be the most efficient. Super ugly, but it would be the most efficient to just slam it all the way down to here and go out. Now that I'm thinking of it, it might be a good idea, but there's no rule. So the only rule is top of roof, which actually this looks a little bit high, but I'll have to put a level onto it. This is all just template, obviously, so I can refine everything. I just want one template so I can do the same thing, carbon on either side, and then bolt the deck in. I'll actually make the deck about 3.5 to 3.75, just so I can bolt it in so there's no flex at all. But my idea is to not bolt the wing in and have a little plate of also carbon, maybe 2 mil carbon, because I have that. Put a little plate right here, and then the deck will sit just on top of it. And then I can, honestly, just super glue would be fine. And yeah, no up angle because that's drag, just straight flat. So when the wind hits it, it's directly forcing it down. So I'm gonna refine this a little bit. Might extend it down, but honestly, I think that would look super ugly, but ugly is fast. And it just sucks, but ugly is fast. So quick and dirty setup. I reverted sides. So this is the stock. This is option number 1. That's with the open. Option number 2, I actually kind of like this more. Again, I think it's ugly, but it matches this. I don't have an angle finder as well, so this is all just kind of guess. I'll match this slope, have this a little bit tighter, but it'll come down. This will obviously be at the black line. I kind of like this better, and it works better for aero. It just has that much more that it can pass by and just keep the car dead straight. I like this option. I don't think I'm going to have enough. I ordered 1 mil carbon. I'm going to use 1 mil for this. Hopefully I have enough to do both sides, and then if I have enough, I'll do 2 mil in the deck. Hopefully I have enough. If I have to order more, it's not the end of the world. But I kind of like that more. I think it suits it better. Compared to this, I don't think this guy will be as efficient. And maybe it looks more, actually that view looks pretty sweet. But let's try this view. Yeah, I don't mind that. I'm gonna probably do this actually. This is the finalized design. This is how it's gonna work. It's going to slip on, and this green piece will slip behind the body. Then I can put a fastener in the bottom, which would stiffen up this. I'll put fasteners all along here, somewhere in there, and it'll sit very firm, just like that. I really like that design. I think it actually will work a lot better, a lot more efficient, just because all of this is extra space for the airflow. If it was before, the airflow would only hit here, coming to this. Now it has a little bit more that it'll hit. Just means it's going to go straighter. So the side winds may affect it a little bit more, but we'll get there when we get there, type of thing. If we have to, we'll create some air holes. Drag cars usually don't run air holes. They're going too fast. Side winds don't affect it, but with this being such a small scale, a 1/10, that side wind might be heavy enough to force it, so we might have to create some air holes, whether it be just a long, sorry, one hand is hard, like a long slit or 2 or whatever. If we have to, we have to, but I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to test on a side wind day or a side load day, just a windy day essentially, and see what that does. But for now, I'm happy with that, and I'll start getting the carbon ready. So I got the mock-up done. Carbon fiber is cut. It fits okay, not bad. 10 feet away, you'll never know. It, honestly, I like it. I like it a lot. This looks great. So I'm gonna get the rear deck in, see what that looks like. I gotta get bolts or nuts tomorrow. I don't have enough to finish, but I'll get that all sorted. I'm gonna get the deck in, get it all glued, put my angle, whatever I want, which is probably just gonna be 0 degrees flat, matching this deck. But man, it looks fantastic already, actually. So as I'm doing the back deck, I'm gonna put these plates there, super glue them, and then the back deck will sit kind of on top of those, and I'll super glue it to that deck, into this face. Obviously, this is vital right now. This measurement to the bottom of this plate, or to the top of this plate, has to be the exact same to this. This side was perfect when I measured it. This side, if you can see, that was the line. So it's got to come up to that. So this plate will sit right there, and then that is where the 2 millimeter board will sit. I'll try and get this in. I'll sit just like that. I'm gonna have it inset just a little bit, so it'll kind of look like that once it's done. But these measurements are vital because you don't want it sitting like this. Obviously, it's not going to sit like that. It's exaggerated. But you don't want it to be anywhere cockeyed or anything. You want it to be perfectly level. So hopefully it'll be level, but we'll see. Wing is installed temporarily. It only has a couple bolts in it just to get it lined up. But you can see now these 2mm plates, same as the deck. And then it's just super glued along the whole way. So that's not moving. If you didn't know, which I didn't know, super glue, this is just dollar store super glue, but it works great, bonds super fast to carbon fiber. It's like you put it on and it's done. So this, like, I coated it heavily just so all the wind doesn't move it. And I want to be able to, with all these bolts and everything, I want to be able just to slide it off. Just unbolt it, take it off if I don't need it. And I'm also thinking I'm going to do the same thing for that nose. I'm probably going to do a 2mm plate just to get more weight. It's not a lot of weight, but just to get as much weight as possible. I'm going to do like a little license plate bracket where I put 2 bolts and then have that fin jetting out. You'll see once I'm done, but I don't want to be able to run that all the time. So if my body is super low and it's catching on the ground or something, whatever happens, I can just unbolt it, take it out, and it's good. That's primarily just for the trees. That's for actual racing, not really test and tunes. So I want to be able to take that out. But right now, the wing is looking good. It's probably good to flip it now. The wing, I think, looks pretty sweet. The bench is an absolute mess. Carbon fiber is super messy. But I got a few more bolts to put in. Like I said, I got to go shop. Got to pick up some nuts, some more bolts, all stainless steel. But as you can see, the body's a lot heavier. So we're going to have to, with those weights, we're going to have to put a lot of weight up front to get that 50-50 bias. But I got to find my center of gravity. But that's for another video. That's for the next video. Yeah, it turned out great. The height is all adjusted. It is a little bit smaller here compared to there. Oh, and glue. I got to wipe that up. But honestly, nobody's going to know. So it's good enough. It's not on the axis that matters. If it was tilted left to right, that would be bad, which is not. It's only inwards. So that's fine. It's not a big deal. Because I'm impatient and want to see how sweet this looks. It looks so good already. Wow. I love this, actually. I was iffy about that, doing the full, but that looks so good. I really like it. It looks kind of like Pro Mod. That's sweet. It's definitely heavy. Well, it's not heavy, it's heavier. And it's lifting up the front. The front was basically touching the ground before. But man, the wheel tuck, the car just looks so good when it's going fast. I can't wait for it to hit these super fast speeds. But next I'm gonna work on that front fin just for the racing. It's kind of it's a cheat, but not really. So this is just the tiny little part. It's obviously very rough right now. I will clean it up, but I'm just getting it glued together and then I'll chop that end off. But all that it basically does is it'll sit at the very front, right there, and then it'll be just a little like horn or nose piece that comes out. So when the line hits it, it hits this first and not the bumper or the body or anything. It's half an inch. That's it. But for racing, everything matters. Okay, guys, it's finally done. That's all it is. Just that little, it's a little pecker is what it is. But yeah, it just, so when it crosses the beam, it'll hit that first. Hopefully the beam should be right in line with about there. Right line halfway up the wheel. So it should hit that first, meaning it's that much shorter of a track, a couple inches. So it actually works out good, but it's just the small changes. But anyways, I put bolts through it so I can take it off, and the car is all done. Pro Mod wing, handmade, everything's handmade, all installed. But the best part is it looks so sick when it's on the ground. Like without this stand, and it just sits down, it'll have a little bit more load. The wheel tuck is pretty much perfect. Like it just looks so good when it's slammed. Obviously it's bringing the front end up because this wing is a little bit heavier. Like weight, this is all sprung weight. It's really bringing it down now. Usually it would sit about almost hitting the ground, but this is bringing it back just a tiny bit. I'm gonna get that sorted. I have some suspension ideas. I'm gonna put a bladder in the rear just to give it more spring rate. Should elevate it a little bit and force the front end down. But that's it for today. I have more stuff that I'm gonna do with carbon fiber, ESC plate, front splitter, whole bunch of stuff, but I'm waiting on those weight scales. So anyways, thank you for watching. I think it turned out good, but leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, everything. The drag is going really good for the channel, and it's awesome to see. So thank you very much, and I hope you like it.